So the movie starts, and I'm pointing out to my sister, we got a Doctor Who alum and a fellow Guardians of the Galaxy actor and Karen Gillan, like right there at the beginning of the movie. And she's like, oh man, I know her. Then I point out to my sister that Batista was also Drax. She's like, no, he's not.
I didn't know he was Drax.
Who did you think he was?
I don't know. I didn't think it was Batista.
Who do you think Drax was?
I don't know. Maybe like the remnants of The Rock or something.
Wow,
I didn't get Batista.
Thought you were a wrestling fan.
I am.
I'm gonna have to catch you.
Batista did not come out in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm gonna have to get you an Uber to get the hell up on out my house. That's when these happen.
Whatever. Yeah. So we're doing a movie review of Stuber. So you get it? The guy's name was Stu. And then he drives an Uber.
He drives an Uber.
So it's Stuber.
That's the
Stuber.
joke.
Right. Stuber.
That's the kind of comedy you're looking forward to.
Yeah. So that's what we got. D. Play my music.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go. Let's all go. Let's all go to the lobby.
Take a shot, Stu! Just defeat him! Stu, take a shot!
Stuber, starring Dave Bautista, who was also Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, my sister.
I got it now. Thank you.
And Kumail Nanjiani. The movie about what is he? LAPD? Yeah, LAPD detective fighting crime, trying to get his one guy, his Moby Dick, his white whale, and he has to forcibly enlist the help of his Uber driver. And that's basically the movie. That's basically. First of all, I want to give myself kudos, pat on the back for getting Kumail Nanjiani right. Yay! Because we did study that. Yes.
What?
I get.
Why would you even pat yourself on the back for pronouncing an actor's name correctly?
Because I suck.
That's your job.
Have you seen the show?
Yes.
Have you seen how much I butcher some names? No matter how hard I try. So when I get one right, I'm allowed a kudos.
Kudos, D, for getting the name right of an actor you should have already had. No.
First of all, you sitting here acting like you didn't try to make sure you pronounced it right, too. So I don't know why you sitting here stunting.
No, because we saw...
Why you sitting here stunting?
No, we saw Jesus and Meryl, and he was on there, and he pronounced the name. So I already knew.
Jesus, but okay.
Oh, talk about look at that. I pronounced the name.
Mispronounce the names anyway. But yeah, that's basically the whole gist of the movie. And they really did kind of get me at the beginning by throwing in Karen Gillan at the beginning. I'm like, oh snap, she's in here. What's she gonna be? She's gonna be the wisecracking, partners. Like, no, they kill her off within the first few minutes. That's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler because the credits didn't even roll before she dies.
Okay.
She dies before the credits, so it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. Just yeah, she's there. And that kind of made me a little sad, like, teary-eyed. But Stu, his Uber driver, played by Kumail Nanjiani, is, how would you explain him? He's not a loser. He's definitely not a loser. He's like hardworking.
He's a hardworking
guy.
He's trying to get extra cash to do what he needs to. What everyday people do.
Yeah.
Get by in life.
First of all, like what kind of dystopian ass world are we in where somebody's like, man, I'm working a job, I'm trying to build up, my own business, and I'm working this on the side, and if I manage to get below 4 stars, I lose my job, to the point where he has to stick around this murderous cop just to ensure he don't get fired.
I'm gonna disagree there. I'm thinking he wants the 5 stars because he's really good at everything he does.
No, he literally says in the movie, if I dip below 4 stars, I lose my job. And he ends up getting a bunch of 1-star ratings that brings him down to like 4.1. And that's why he doesn't straight. Oh, see, that's this. See, speaking of below 4 stars.
Yeah.
But he gets a bunch of 4-star ratings.
Well, so that says a lot about Uber. You are a piece of shit.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Uber.
Yeah, okay.
I hate that this is basically like free advertisement for Uber, but it's not the best advertisement either.
I don't even think they really advertised it on the movie.
You have,
it
it's their trademark. It's their so
where did you see it? You never really saw it.
Yeah, you did. It's on the back of his car, the big Uber symbol, and whenever they bring up the app on phones, it's like, oh, they say the name. So when it comes down to a lot of product placement, like you kind of have to get not just permission, but like, you know, it's about a lot of money changing hands. That's why when you see a bunch of straight to TV movies, they don't have Google. They have like these knockoff search engines because you got to either pay for it or, you know, get approval or whatever when it comes down to it. So like, I hate that they're kind of getting some play for this because holy crap, that is dystopian as shit right there.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, Stu is your typical non-assertive guy, but he's like, you know, doesn't want to rock the boat. He just wants to, you know, get through the day and, you know, try to pine after this girl that he really, really wants. Whereas Dave Bautista's character, which, damn, I keep on forgetting his name, Vic, is
Vic.
your basic macho guy with a daughter that he kind of, you know, neglects. You know, it's assumed that he's divorced and his life is in shambles. It's definitely so after his partner gets killed and he wants to find the cop killer. And yeah, that's basically your story. That is literally your story. You got a crime drama, slightly crime drama, because they end up screwing up this twist like midway through the movie. Like, why did they do that?
Yeah, that's another reason why I dropped from where the ratings I was gonna give it to that. Because it wasn't really like you saw it coming. You just really saw it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about this movie. I was expecting it to be a little. First of all, I forgot it was a rated R. I thought it was rated PG-13.
I did too.
It was just gonna be just a bunch of stupid jokes. And then it's like, oh, once you saw somebody's head get blown off, you're like, yeah, this is rated R.
Yeah.
This is rated R.
Some unnecessary and some not really believable.
Yeah.
Some things was just kind of like
I'm pretty sure one of the big action sequences in the beginning of the movie was like virtually all CGI. Some dude like dropping down in the middle of a hotel.
So you know how we watched Nostalgia Critic, and you saw how he did Kim Possible, and you saw that Kim Possible did
Kim Possible.
Yeah, not the animation. The animation was the bomb.
Oh my god!
I'm talking about the action movie that came out this year with whoever the hell gives a shit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
you don't care.
How in the movie she just was doing stupid shit that didn't need to be done. He was just kind of like, everything doesn't need a flip.
Yeah,
it kind of was like that in the beginning of the movie.
In the beginning of the movie,
it kind of was like that. Like,
was like highly unnecessary.
Yeah,
I mean, it is something that I've always wanted to do myself, but then again, I'm also not in that kind of shape.
It's not organic though. When you act, unless you do it right, it doesn't look organic.
I don't care about organic. I just wanted to try it one time in my life before I kicked the bucket. That's all it is.
Well, good luck
but
with
anyway, moving on. Yeah, the story is kind of weak. It's pretty by the numbers, and I don't know. It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit like I was hoping it would.
I'm gonna say it hits in the middle, and I'm saying that because they actually did have like a good premise. They did have a good premise.
I mean,
and
it's an interesting premise,
right? And you
actually no, it's not, because there was another movie like this, Taxi, with Queen Latifah and Jimmy Kimmel.
Really?
That's basically this movie. This is Taxi.
Was the guy a cop?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think it was Queen Latifah was a cop. One of them was a cop. Yeah. This was virtually the same movie, just rated R with Batista and like Mel tries.
I enjoyed him.
I'm not saying he's not enjoyable, but he is pulling this movie as far. He's stretching it as far as it could go.
Yeah, if he wasn't in the movie, I don't think it would have. This would have
been horrible.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just kind of mediocre. It's you will not remember many of the jokes in this because we literally just left and I can't remember like the funniest joke that I could think of that wasn't already in the trailers. I can't.
That's another
really
thing.
Can't.
A lot of the comedy that you see in the movie, you already seen in a trailer.
Yeah, like you will get a chuckle. You will get a chuckle. You get a laugh here and there, but like as quickly as it comes, it will disappear from your memory and you're just on to the next one.
Yeah.
And like, as I said, Kamel does a great job of moving it ahead. Like there is like a scene where he's in that big box store that athletic store that he's in. And he's going back and forth between him and Batista, and like that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
like that's like probably one of the most memorable scenes out there. But that's all the way towards the end of the movie.
Yeah,
and everything else is just like, okay, it's okay. This is kind of funny. Oh, that's a kind of funny joke here and there. But like after that, it's just.
Yeah, it's kind of just dead space.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead space where you're just trying to find some humor in there, something interesting, something fun to watch, and it's not their fault. It's the material. The material is just weak.
Yeah.
Like, truth be told, I would honestly not be surprised if I found out that Camille was just ad-libbing the whole damn movie.
Probably.
I would not be surprised if that was the only thing that he was doing this whole movie, was just straight up saying, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna just run through as much as I can.
That's about
there's really like nobody else in this movie that like was a standout aside from, as I said, Karen Gillan, because I was like, oh my god,
and they
Guardians of the Galaxy, but after that, nothing. Like nothing. And as I said, the twist isn't foreshadowed, it's literally spoiled before you get to that first half of the movie over. It's right there. It's like, boom, okay, there's a twist, and you have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing to look forward to after that. I'm disappointed in this movie, even though I came in with low expectations to begin with. I wasn't expecting this movie to knock me off my socks. I was like I was hoping beyond hope that this might be like a hidden gem of sorts.
Yeah, but it's not. None of that, no.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's really not much you can say. I mean, the more we keep talking, we're like repeating ourselves and going around in a circle.
There's nothing else. So you know what? Y'all know what time it is. D, go ahead and give me your score.
3 stars. And that's because of Camille.
Because Camille.
That's it.
Camille Nanjiani.
And Batista. Batista wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah, Batista was fun. 2 stars.
Okay.
I give this 2 stars. This is a mediocre movie, as I said. Camille killed it, as much as he could, because again, as I said, the material is just kind of sort of weak, where like even some of his jokes don't 100% land, but it's like spray and pray comedy, where it's like if something doesn't hit, literally a second later he throws out something else, and then you'd be like, okay, I got a chuckle out of that. Okay. So you completely forget the miss and you remember the hit. If you remember it at all. And like a lot of the jokes with Batista are funny, but after a while they start to get repetitive because he's just like, okay, the joke is I'm a macho guy and I'm not in touch with my feelings and I care about my job as a cop. And that's it. Like that is the crux of the joke when it comes to Batista. Camille's got a lot of material to work with, but like when it comes to Batista, that's basically it. And like after a while you're like, okay, I see where this is going. This is predictable, but it's kind of fun. Yeah. You won't hate, because it's only an hour and a half long. It's only an hour and a half long. So like, I mean, you're not gonna hate yourself.
Mindless entertainment.
Yeah, this is mindless fun entertainment. You're not gonna hate it. You're not gonna love it, but you're not gonna hate it. So 2 stars. I give you that. Second of all, if my Uber driver is as cool as Stu is, because like he lets some shit go.
Yeah, then maybe maybe offer Canadian chocolates and some bottled water. Like, then maybe I would consider Uber again.
So I'm gonna offer you some Canadian coffee crisps, but Uber some bottled water.
Don't offer that.
I might pull out a strap and bust a cap in a gangster. Throw some propane tanks here and there, kill a couple guys. Just go along with the ride. If you get an Uber driver like Stu, give that motherfucker 5 stars. I ain't giving this movie 5 stars, but give that dude 5 stars. Yeah. Kaiju out.
Bye.
Deuces.